Winning cures everything. Now for your hosts, Gary and Chris.
Welcome in. Winning cures everything. It is June the 25th. It's a Thursday. I'm Gary.
I'm Chris.
And I am in the office, of course, like every Thursday from here until probably the end of time. At least that's what it feels like. Before we start the show off today, let me tell you what happened. Chris, I know you know a little bit about this, but the one day that I am supposed to be on site for work, my entire building went without internet today, up until just about right now, so that we could actually do the show. And here's what happened. Chris, I haven't told you what actually happened. Somebody, somewhere, in some room in our building, plugged in an internet switch to itself, and it flooded our network in the building and shut down internet for the entire building. And they could not figure out where it was. They finally just had to completely cut the port. So at some point, somebody is going to be really mad because they can't get internet working in their office, and it's going to work everywhere else. But it took that many hours to figure that thing out. It was insane. So who knows how long that thing's been plugged up, but I got internet back. We're up and running, so we can have the show today. The show, of course, winningcureseverything.com is the website. You can find all of our picks, previews, podcasts, videos, social media platforms right there on the site. If you want to jump into the chat, it's right there on the bottom left screen, or the bottom left of your screen. And it doesn't matter which platform you got. Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, whichever one, they're all going to populate right there for you to check out. So if you want to jump in the chat, help drive the show today, you can do that right there. Make sure you are subscribed on those platforms. Hit the retweet button, hit the share button, and tell your friends about it. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast, of course, any of your favorite podcast apps. And if you're on Apple, leave a nice review. 5 stars, written review. If you got questions, you can leave them on there as well. We will get to them on the show. First topic of the day. Ben jumps in on Twitch. He said, what's up? What's up, Ben? So we got our first commenter. That's always good. A little earlier today than usual. First topic of today. The NFL has postponed the Hall of Fame ceremony, and they are canceling the Hall of Fame game that was supposed to take place on August 5th between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. Chris, does this surprise you at all?
No, not at all.
Me either.
I wasn't sure how they were going to do the ceremony, but this is a 5th game, preseason game for these teams. There is no reason on earth for the NFL to play this game. So, no. And to push the ceremony, it is just a Hall of Fame ceremony. You know, no big deal. Push it back a year, no problem.
Yeah, no, it's really not that big. You can double it up next year.
Yep.
Not that big of a deal. Obi Matt jumps in, said, sup. Kevin, KB, jumps in, said, Chris looking rather dapper with the fresh cut. Yeah, that's 2 days.
Sir.
2 days of nice stuff. So, so you were explaining this in our little group chat earlier. Explain who wants the preseason games and who doesn't.
Yeah, so the only people that want preseason games at all are the coaches. That's the list. Well, guess what? When you collectively bargain things, coaches aren't at that table. Players don't want to play in these damn things. Owners don't want to have them. They make you buy them as part of the season ticket packages. There are 0 tickets sold for these games outside of season tickets. That's it. And in a regular season game, you get 60,000 people in these stadiums. For these games, maybe 6. There was a day and a time when they used to sell a bunch of them when, you know, I guess maybe football was at its hay. But right now, there's so many other things in life with streaming and just so many other things pulling people away. No one cares about it. People love football. The first preseason game, people flock to it because we've been dying for football. After that, nobody cares about the preseason. Call us when the season starts.
It's basically spring games for the NFL.
Yes.
It's just a little closer.
You'll have a few diehards that'll show up. People will bring their kids. They'll eat a couple of hot dogs. They'll drink a couple of pops, and then they'll get out. But you're not making any money off of concessions. You're not making any money off of season ticket. It is a tax on season ticket holders. That's it.
Right. That's exactly what that is. So with that said, you brought up the money aspect of this. Let's talk about this next topic here. The NFL has decided that for this season, the first 6 to 8 rows in every stadium will be used for advertising. So when you are showing the field of play, you are showing the stadium while everything's going on, you are going to see ads run across the bottom of it. And basically, this is to protect the players from close contact with fans, right? So I think it's actually a smart idea. You're not going to have Lambeau leaps. You're not going to have stuff like that going on. You're not going to have anybody close enough to be able to touch or spit or anything on a player. Smart idea, you think?
I don't know if it's smart or not. I think you're far enough away from these players as is. The player has to go to you for you to be close enough to get to them anyway. So, I
will say this.
I'm sure this is a little bit of appeasing somebody and then also selling advertising.
Yeah, this is making up for lost ticket revenue, really. Like, that's mainly what this is. Ben said kind of like when you watch Week 0, Wyoming versus New Mexico State because you missed college football. Yeah, yep. But even more so when you're watching, the Georgia G-Day game in April. That's more so what NFL preseason is. Like, the games don't matter. It's not for anything. If you're interested in seeing the players that are out there just to see how they perform, then you watch the game, but it means nothing in the grand scheme of things. So in that case, like, I'd rather watch Wyoming as opposed to an NFL preseason game, honestly. The next topic up, and because we are in this state, now I'm not right this second, but we both reside in the state of Mississippi. We have been talking about the Mississippi state flag issue, and it kind of picked up some more steam today. There were 46 college coaches and administrators from all across the state, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Southern Miss, Jackson State, Millsaps, etc., that all went to Jackson, Mississippi to discuss the changing of the state flag with legislators. I was a little surprised by this, that they were even in session. I mean, it's June 25th. I really didn't think that they would even be doing anything right now. But that, along with the fact that Walmart has decided they are not going to fly the state flag, they are no longer going to sell anything with the state flag, they're not going to sell anything or carry anything that has any Confederacy or Confederate emblems on them, I think we might be picking up a little bit of steam. Now, they're discussing the vote being in the state legislature. However, the state governor, Tate Reeves, wanted to go to a vote by the citizens of the state of Mississippi. Chris, I'm not asking for a prediction. I'm more so asking, where do you think we might be headed? Or if you have any thoughts on it.
I'm about to say, I don't know what that means. I don't know how I'm supposed to give what I think might happen without a prediction.
Yeah.
Once again, I just want it changed. I think it's time to change it. It's hard to buy any arguments for not changing it. Okay. It just really is. It doesn't hurt anybody to change it. Okay. Yeah. That's as simple as it gets.
It impedes
I worry about the people of Mississippi, and if it was put to a vote with the people and or the legislature, will it pass?
I am curious. I think it hinders Mississippi's ability to move forward business-wise. Yep. I think it impedes their ability to move forward with new residents coming in, with people that might be coming into the state. There's all sorts of things that it can hurt. And I don't think I think it hurts to keep it. I don't think it hurts anything to change it.
100%.
So the progressive move would be to move forward and get this thing done. When you've got all of those college, the higher-ups, the people that are the faces of the state, that all show up and say that they need this change. They need this done. One, it's affecting recruiting, but also, hey, it's time. Like, we're just done with this. I think that has to gain some kind of momentum. You would hope that eventually somebody with some sense would step up and say the right thing, right?
I would hope.
Obi Matt jumps in, says the flag thing only seems to pop up every few years. If they get rid of it, then what will people complain about? Oh, there's still plenty to complain about. Don't get me wrong, but I think changing it is the right call. It's definitely the right call for right now, and hopefully with Mike Leach and Lane Kiffin and that whole bunch, all the basketball coaches, all the football coaches, etc., all the ADs going to Jackson today to lobby for a change. Hopefully that will change something. Did you see some of the videos of like Leach popping Lane Kiffin's mask?
Yeah.
Egg Bowl's going to be a lot of fun this year. Yeah. I can't wait. I like once again that relationship was so toxic between Ole Miss and State that it's really good to have those two leading those programs. I do believe that it'll be a fun game and it will not be nearly as nasty or toxic. You could actually enjoy this thing now. Yes, I do agree with that. Ben said Mike Leach is going. Well, I mean, he was there. Yeah.
He was there, yeah.
He said the same guy who wants to negotiate a 64-team playoff is negotiating this. Look, I don't think he's necessarily in Jackson, Mississippi negotiating the change of the state flag. I think he was in the state capitol to show that he is for a changing of the flag. Like, they're all lobbying. They're all there together. I don't think that all 46 different administrators and head coaches got a chance to get up and say their thoughts on it. I mean, that just seems...
Lane spoke yesterday, though.
Yeah, Lane spoke yesterday to media, right? Or am I wrong?
I mean, okay. I mean, basically, he was talking to legislature.
But he wasn't, like, in the... Well, I mean, I think all of them are going to give their
opinion.
Who
do you think he's talking to?
Who? Lane?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about getting up at the state capitol and talking to the
He was at the capitol. Now, he wasn't like standing in the hall of Congress in the state of Mississippi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he was in Jackson speaking to legislatures. That's what he was doing. He didn't just go and take a photo op.
I thought that's what the majority of them were doing. I thought there were some people that were standing up.
But he was there yesterday. That's what happened today.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, who knows?
And he spoke yesterday. But he met with people yesterday.
I'm sure that Leach had something pre-planned, pre-done. I don't think that he is that crazy.
It doesn't matter. We all agree on this.
Yeah, they're all for changing the flag.
Problem is we all agree on this, and we are not everybody who lives in the state.
Agreed. All right, next topic on the board. Jack Swofford. He is the commissioner of the ACC and the only original BCS commissioner that is left in college football. That's kind of a big deal. We have had 3 of them, including Jack Swofford, resign or retire in the last 5 years. Kind of a big deal. That we've got some major changes coming to college football over the next 5-6 years. One of them will be the expansion of the playoffs. There will be more changes that are coming because you've got new, younger people that are coming in that will be taking over these roles that have different ideas and different mindsets towards what the sport should look like. Swofford's been there forever. I mean, forever. You know, it's good that he's headed out, that he's doing his thing. But
all of the commissioners before him were there forever of all these other conferences as well.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. So when the
reason they're all changing now is because the people that were there for a long time, and now it's finally time to move on.
Yes, and they finally got things set up the way that they want. They got the playoff put in, the 14 playoff. However, because they are no longer there to vote against expanding the playoff, now this is just one step closer to getting the playoff put in. Ben said 64-team playoff. Absolutely not. I don't think we're going that far. Like, I'm a proponent of a 16. I don't even think we're getting that. I think we're going to get 8, and we'll just see where it goes from there. Damian jumps in, said, what's up? Yeah, Michael finally jumps in. He said, what's up, fellas? Yeah, we're a little earlier today, and it's going to be a shorter show than usual. But obviously, you see my location. You see what's going on here. So, with Jack Swofford out, that's the end of the BCS era. That's the end of the commissioners that were really there to push for a 14 playoff or just a playoff period. I think it's a good thing. I mean, we're moving in the right direction. Swofford, the protector of North Carolina, basically. I'm curious what the next one is going to look like, what we're going to do going forward. I mean, we'll see. Jim Delaney was the last really big-time power figure that retired, and now Swofford is the last of the bunch. I'm curious. The ACC, it needs help. It needs help in a lot of areas, not basketball-wise, but with football, you got Clemson and then nothing else. So they need a little help, and, I think moving into the next realm will be good. I think it'll be good. Michael said it's 102 in Cali. Just got off the course. 102 degrees. Like it's what, 85 here?
I don't know. It's hot here though.
It's pretty warm, but it's muggy warm. It's like, golly, Ben said same here. 102, played 18 today. That's what I'm talking about. You guys getting to go out and play golf. We poor bastards here in Mississippi got to work. I don't know what that's about. All right. Last topic of the day, and the day has flown by. Not a lot of massive topics to discuss. And again, short show, but wanted to get in anyway. You know how it goes. Damian said, why not cut the playoffs to 11 teams? Well, that would be expanding it to 11 teams, right? I mean, wait, you take every conference champion and then one wild card? I don't know how that would work. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure what he's talking about. Michael said dry heat. Yeah, dry heat. I'm in with that. I'd rather have that. Last topic of the day. Again, short show. We appreciate you guys jumping in. Here's the deal. The College Football Playoff Committee is still planning to meet in Dallas in person every week during the college football season. I am a tad bit shocked. Chris, what were your thoughts when I sent you this earlier?
It sounds exactly like what I would expect from these people.
Yeah. Well, we're on a Zoom call right now. How could they not get this done through a Zoom call?
They want to spend money. They got too much money to burn.
I mean, it blows my mind.
Listen, I know we have to spend all these dollars because we can't give any to the players. If we show profit, then we get in trouble. So we have to just set it on fire. Okay. And so we're gonna pay for private planes because these guys aren't flying Southwest. All right. They're not flying Norwegian Air. Okay. They're gonna fly private to Dallas, and then they coming out of their pocket. They're gonna stay in a hotel that somebody else pays for, and they're gonna eat bagels and lox because that's what they do.
Well, what I'm curious is, Texas, I believe, has set up a state of emergency because of the pandemic now, right?
Yeah,
the numbers have kind of gotten out of control.
That's today. You're talking, they won't be meeting until the end of October.
They meet every week, though, don't they?
No, they don't start. I don't think they start meeting until they put out the first playoff thing. I think they're responsible for watching every week, and then they show up the week of the first one.
Let's see.
But it doesn't matter. They're still just setting money on fire for something we just don't need.
Here's let me go on and read off what the College Football Playoff Foundation is. It is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Of course it is.
I love the nonprofit. Yep. It's a good way to hide money.
It is. It serves as the philanthropic arm of the College Football Playoff. The CFP Foundation was formed in 2013 with the introduction of the new playoff system to make a significant difference through the platform of college football. It says the purpose of the CFP Foundation lies in supporting early childhood through secondary education across the country. The CFP Foundation's primary platform, Extra Yard for Teachers, is dedicated to elevating the teaching profession by inspiring and empowering teachers in 4 focus areas. Blah 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 blah. Do you know who the chair of the selection committee is this year?
No, I know it rotates all the time.
Oh yeah, we've talked a lot about him here recently. It's Gary Barta, the AD at Iowa. Kind of surprised. So,
I mean, it was just his turn. I think it's predetermined. I think they've got a rotating list of ADs.
School
presidents.
So Scott Strickland is on it this year. Todd Stansberry, R.C. Slocum. I mean, there were like 7 of them that dropped off. Joe Castiglione from Oklahoma is on there. Tom Berman. Let's see, a professor from Arizona State. I mean, just all kinds of them. So, yeah, interesting. And they do have one former football player, John Urschel, who is a former All-American at Penn State. So, very, very interesting committee. However, they are all going to fly in, and Matt says, we paused the phasing plans and stopped elective surgeries today. That's in Texas. And he said, all of them are coming for the steaks and the beer. Yeah. I can believe that.
So I love that this is a philanthropic arm that is supposed to do good in the community, but we're going to burn about $80 million in just a season.
Yeah. Especially in this season where everything is, I mean, the only reason why colleges are going to be opening in the fall is because of football. Because you can't have...
Because of money.
You can't have football without having the colleges open. So you got to have some way, whether it's hybrid learning or whatever, you got to have a way for them to be on campus so that you can justify having these kids go out and play every week so that you can get a TV contract. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, Malcolm Jenkins from the Saints was talking today about how football is non-essential. And I tend to agree with him. Now, personally... Selfishly?
Well, no, we want it.
We want
it bad. Yeah. No, we want it back, but it is non-essential.
Yeah. I mean, this is not, and the only reason that it would be essential is to keep some of these businesses afloat, which are not technically supposed to be businesses. They're supposed to be institutions of higher learning.
That's right.
It's a shame. It's a crying shame. Damien jumps in on YouTube, said nonprofit sounds like money laundering to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that's it. Like, why do we need to keep a nonprofit afloat?
It's a great question.
It's not a business.
Nope, it's sure not. Matt said they have to come together for the chants, dances, and sacrifices that they make. And then Michael said, what a joke. You know the bill for dinner is going to be crazy. Oh, yeah.
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 Well, the most expensive bill is going to be all those private jets. I've got an uncle. Well, my wife has an uncle. I claim him. Love the guy who flies private jets for a living. That's what he does.
Does he fly for Wheels Up or just
No, okay. No. Wheels Up is a fly-by-night company that just started not too long ago. Okay. This guy is Judge Judy's personal pilot.
There you go.
Right? He was sent into retirement in 2008, 2009 when the recession hit, given a massive severance to take an early retirement package. And then about 10 months into retirement, Judge Judy called and said, where's he at? And they said, he is enjoying the life of retirement. And she said, well, get him back. And so they picked up the phone. He said, do I get to keep my severance if I come back? And they said, yes.
There you go.
And he came back.
So he really, good gracious, Michael jumps in. He said, checking out. Thanks, fellas. Gig 'em. Yeah, short show today, like we said. So we'll be done before the 30-minute mark here. We're at 23 minutes. Michael said NCAA is such a corrupt system. That's the problem here. This is not the NCAA. This is not NCAA corruption.
This is a part of that, because all of these dollars where do these people get this money? This is all money funded by a sport that has free labor.
Yeah,
don't give me scholarship bullshit as payment.
Yeah,
nobody would work for that. Not one person alive would work for a scholarship. Nobody.
No, I don't believe so. I think you're right. I think you're entirely right. So yeah, it's interesting, but it just goes to show if they're planning on meeting every week right now in Dallas, where they're all going to have to fly in. I mean, the miles that you're going to have to go from Iowa, Arizona State, Wyoming, Oklahoma, Colorado. Ken Hatfield is, he was the head coach at Clemson, at Rice, wherever. Ronnie Lott, he's in Los Angeles. Let's see, Terry Mohair from Arkansas State.
A safe, rough estimate is about $10,000 an hour in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
So if the flight is a 3-hour flight, it's going to cost them $30,000. That's one way. Then they got to get $30,000 back, and that's every week that they fly.
That is so much money. I mean, that is millions of dollars.
I mean, the people who have billions of dollars, it's nothing. That's why Judge Judy does it. She don't give a damn. But these people aren't fitting that bill. This philanthropic nonprofit is.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
Why don't you do some good with that money?
It'd be great. It'd be wonderful. It all sounds good when you write it down on paper, make it look, flashy. But,
That's right.
And of course, we hate to, Damian said NCAA works for the mafia. Matt Miller said, as someone currently in school, if I could work 30 hours a week for free, $100,000 scholarship, I 100% would. I still think this should be paid.
No. That $100,000 is a mythical, fictional thing.
Yeah.
It just is.
What you're paying for school is ridiculous anyway. Like
yes, that's a made-up number. That's just a made-up number.
It didn't used to cost that much back in the day.
Nope. Nope. Not even back in the day. Like 10 years ago, it was a third of that.
Yeah, and it just continues soaring and soaring and soaring, and that's why so many people are stuck in debt that they can't ever really get out of. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else that we need to hit on, we can go on and jump out of here. Chris, is there anything you think of that's breaking?
That's it. Nope.
That is it. Wonderful short show today. We will be back again with everything that we need to hit tomorrow. But we wanted to make sure we got you some of the tidbits that are coming out. Nothing that's a super deep dive today, obviously. But who knows what tomorrow may bring. You guys in the chat have been fantastic. Of course, Matt jumps in and said, yeet. Yes, indeed, my brother. That is going to wrap up the show. Go and subscribe. Make sure you go check out the website. Again, the best college football podcasts of 2020. Got the post up. Everybody's been sharing it out. It's kind of taken off like wildfire. Definitely a good thing. So go and check out the post. Share it out on your social media pages. And that is going to do it for us. For now, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for checking out Winning Cures Everything. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Visit the website at winningcureseverything.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us at Winning Cures, at Gary WCE, or at Chris B. Giannini on Twitter. Share out the show, leave a nice review, and make sure to comment and tweet at us.